Life happened, your credit score took a hit. Finally, you got a new job and things are starting to get back on track. But now you want to get your credit score back to where it used to be, or you want to rebuild it back up so you can have the credit score you deserve. And I'm going to walk you through the entire process of how to rebuild up your credit profile so the banks can be begging for your services. So sit back, relax, grab a pen, get some paper, get something to drink, because we're going to get straight into it. Welcome to the Rebuild Your Credit Score project. God got you. Yes, you might have lost your job, but now you got a new job. Things are getting back on track, and you just want to get your credit score back on track because you probably took a hit. Life happened. I understand. And I just want to walk you through the process of what it looks like, of what you need to do to start to rebuild up your credit profile so you can get the credit score you deserve and the things that you deserve, right? Now, we're going to be talking through this process, right? So, the 5 step fresh start process, what it looks like. And we're going to be talking about where to get your report from, the new bank account, credit builder accounts, the reinvestigation request, the follow up, what you need to do to, of course, not only rebuild up your credit profile, but also how to get those negative items off your credit report as well, right? I understand you're going through some stuff and you just want to get things back on track. Let's just get things back on track, all right? So, first things first, where I tell people to do is just go to Identity IQ. Now, the reason why I say go to Identity IQ, because what you're going to see is on Experian, TransUnion, Equifax, you're going to see some inaccurate reporting. Okay. Now, you might owe the money. You might, whatever the case may be. I understand. But according to the Fair Credit Reporting Act, everything must be complete and accurate on your report. The credit bureaus, which is Experian, TransUnion, Equifax, are supposed to be reporting your stuff correctly. Okay. Now, if it's inaccurate, you can get it removed from your credit report. But we also tell people like to get their annual credit report. The reason why is because if you decide to hire us, like we do things different. Okay. We go through the litigation process where we get your annual credit report, get the violations, build a case, submit it to the lawyers, and the lawyers can only use annual credit reports when it comes to filing lawsuits. So that's the reason why we tell people to get their annual credit reports as well. All right. So you want to get your report from Identity IQ. Identity IQ makes it easy for you to dispute accounts because, like, it's a try merge and you can see the inaccuracies. All right. So what you want to do now is just review your accounts. Let's see what's open, closed, derogatory collection. We just want to see everything. All right. We want to see the type of delinquent accounts on your report. If you have any delinquent accounts right now, do you have any derogatory, charge off, repossession, eviction? We just want to see what's in derogatory status. And we already know what collections. Do we have collections? All right. Like I said before, you might owe the money. It's okay. But it's the credit bureau, it's Experian, TransUnion, Equifax job to report this correctly on your credit report. Okay. Now, we're going to talk about that a little bit later on what you need to do to fix that process up. But what we want to do now is to open up a new account. Life happened. You might have a bank account that, hey, you might have some overdraft fees, whatever the case may be. You might have a credit card with that bank. You might have an auto loan. You might have a mortgage. Hey, things went bad with that specific account. You want to go ahead, open up a new account, get a fresh start. The reason why is because banks have bank scores as well. So you just want to go ahead, just start over. All right. Now, I would tell people, a lot of people is not in the military. I would tell people to go to Navy Federal or go to USAA. Those are good accounts. But Digital Credit Union, which is DCU, is a good place you can actually open up an account with. All right. Now, if you're not in that specific area, all you have to do is just donate $10 to one of their charities, and now you'll be able to open up an account. So we know banks don't have our best interests, but DCU do have some good products that we can use where it's better than most traditional banks. All right. So one of the good things about DCU is they have credit builder accounts. And one of the credit builder accounts they have is a secure loan. It doesn't do a credit check. So they have two type of credit builder accounts. Now, the first one is they will put up the money. It goes from the lowest is $500 all the way up to $3,000. Now, the terms are from 12 months to 24 months, 12 or 24 months. Now, depending on whatever they come up with, the monthly payment, Here's how it looks. All right. So let's just say you have to pay $60 every single month. After the 12 months or after the 24 months, you will get all that money back. All right. So it's like a savings account, but it's reporting to Experian, TransUnion, Equifax. And now that you have some money saved up, but also you build up your credit profile. So let's just say you wanted to buy, or you wanted to apply for a credit card, or you wanted to get a home loan, or you wanted to, not a home loan, you want to get a credit card, a personal loan, some type of credit product, right? You're most likely going to get approved because now you create a new relationship with them, and you already had a pre-existing relationship with like the credit builder product. You paid everything on time. You did what you need to do. Now you want to apply for a car loan, or you want to apply for a credit card, or you want to apply for a personal loan. You're most likely going to get approved because, like I said, you built up that relationship. Now, the second product they have is you putting up the money. All right, so it's another secure loan. You put up the $500 or whatever the case may be, and you're paying back whatever the quote unquote payment needs to be, and then of course the money's going to be released to you. All right, so they have two different programs. Pick which one's best for you. Now, after you got the new account, you started reporting. Now what you want to do is create your first letter. All right, now before you create your first letter, I always tell people to go to Experian, go to TransUnion, go to Equifax, see what's reported incorrectly when it comes to your personal information and get that fixed. All right. Now, there are three ways you can go about doing this to get this fixed. You can either call them, all right. You can call the credit bureaus, Experian, TransUnion, Equifax, right? You can call them and get your personal information updated. Or what you can do is also send a letter in. You can send a letter to Experian, TransUnion, Equifax, saying that, hey, I saw my name had different variations. Saw my name, first name, last name, multiple variations of my personal information. I want to get this removed, whatever the case may be. You can create a letter. I'll have the letter for you, and you can go ahead and send that off. Now, the next letter you want to send, make sure, I forgot, if you do create a letter, make sure you add two forms of identification and send it certified to ensure that the credit bureaus received your letter, right? So you want to send one to Experian, you want to send one to TransUnion, you want to send one to Equifax. The reason why you want to update your personal information is because if you ever buy a home, man, if you have different variations of your address, they're going to ask so many questions. So just have, of course, you want to have one name, but you just want to have one address and update your job history and update your phone number, okay? On all three credit bureaus, make sure, you look credible because like I said, if somebody looks at your credit report and like, oh, this person lives all over the place, how can I lend them money? So just want to update that as well. Now, I forgot, I don't know if I mentioned, but DCU only checks Equifax, all right? So if your Experian, TransUnion credit report is messed up and everything looks good on Equifax, guess what? You can still apply because they're not checking the other two credit bureaus. They only check in Equifax, and if your Equifax score and your report looks good, they'll still approve you because they're not looking at the other two. Okay, so just we'll talk about other places where you can go to that just only pull from Experian or only pull from TransUnion or only pull from Equifax. But just letting you know, DCU only checks Equifax report. Okay, and remember, like I said, on those credit builder accounts, they don't do no credit checks, so you don't have to worry about that. All right. Now, the first letter you want to send out is the reinvestigation letter, right? The reason why you want to send this out is because we're telling Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax to reinvestigate the accounts on your credit report. What you're not doing is disputing that, saying that, hey, this doesn't belong to me. Stuff is specifically messed up. We want them to just check to make sure everything is complete and accurate. That's all we're doing. And if it's not complete and accurate, remove it from my credit report. Let me show you the letter, what I'm talking about. So here's the letter I was talking about, the secret letter. I call it secret letter 2.5, but because I always update it and just change some things up. So you want to put your name, your address, today's date, right? Who are we talking to? Experian, TransUnion, Equifax, and to whom it concerned. I recently looked at my report and I just want to make sure everything is 100% correct and accurate. Can you reinvestigate the accounts listed below? All right. And we're doing things according to the law. So if you're new to the channel, all you have to do is just go to, you can Google 15 USC 1681I and just go to the process of disputing accounts on your credit report. All right. So the procedure the credit bureaus have to follow when you actually dispute your accounts. And you can also read, if you want to take your time and read the law, but that's one of the processes that we use to fix credit. Okay. So what you want to do is I'll have this letter for you, but now what you want to do is remember on Identity IQ, or if you have your annual credit report, all you have to do is just put the account name right here and put the account number right here. Now, you don't have to have the entire account number, okay? You can have 1234 star or XX, whatever that looks like. You don't need the entire account number, all right? Now, what we're telling the credit bureaus to do is very specific. Reinvestigate the completeness of every piece of information, and if it's not accurate, please remove it from my credit report, okay? And just list all the negative accounts on your credit report, okay? Now, once you list all the negative accounts, you want to send this separate, okay? One to Experian. Look at your Experian report and see all the negative accounts that's holding you back. We did that earlier. And then on TransUnion, see all the negative accounts on TransUnion, see what's holding you back, and on Equifax. The reason why is because you might have accounts that's just only reported on Experian. You might have accounts only reported on TransUnion or Equifax and not reported on the other two. So that's the reason why you just want to have 3 different letters, because like I said, all accounts are not reported on all 3 credit bureaus. So this is very important. Now what you want to do is, if possible, get it notarized. The reason why is because Experian, TransUnion, Equifax like to say people sound like a credit repair company, or they'll like to say, hey, I need more identification. I can't verify it's you. And when you get it notarized, hey, the verification process is there. So they can't play crazy. Now, you want to add 2 forms of identification and then send that certified to all 3 credit bureaus. This is very important. So you want to make sure you get this letter, send it certified. Yes, getting it notarized do cost a little bit of money, all right? More money. So you can go to a bank, you can go to UPS. There are places you can go to get it notarized. If you don't have to get it notarized, but hey, this letter has become more effective if you get it notarized, because like I said, the credit bureaus like to play crazy. So I'll have this letter for you. It's free. And the link will be in the description for this letter, or pinned to the comments as well. All right. Now, after you send your letter out to Experian, TransUnion, Equifax, you have to wait 30 days for them to complete the investigation, and 5 days for them to send you the investigation. So it usually takes about 35 days. All right. This is the reason why you want to have certified tracking to see when they receive it, and then just count 35 days from now, because if they don't respond to you within 35 days, violation. But most importantly, if they do respond to you, typically they will. Now, some of your accounts might come back verified, and some of your accounts might get removed. Now, if your accounts come back verified, there's another letter that you want to send, okay? And this is the other letter that you want to send, okay? This is the verification, description of verification. We're just asking them, how do they verify those accounts? Because if you look at your Experian report, if you look at your credit reports from last month and compare it to this month, what you're going to see is probably nothing got updated or modified, all right? And then if you go look at the law, which is 15 USC 1681 I-5, you're going to see that Experian, TransUnion, Equifax were supposed to update, modify your accounts. And typically, they don't really do nothing. And so what you want to do is just ask them, I'm writing to request a detailed description of the investigation process followed by your agency regarding the disputed accounts on my report pursuant to the Fair Credit Reporting Act, which is 15 USC 1681 I-7, all right? And under this section, 15 USC 1681 I, the credit reporting agencies are obligated to provide a description of the investigation within 15 days receiving a consumer dispute. And what you want to do is just put the account name, the name of the account that was verified, either on Experian, TransUnion, or Equifax, and the account number, and then ask them for every detail to provide you the description of the procedure of the investigation used to verify this account. And if they can't, delete this account immediately, all right? Now, they're supposed to provide you, if you read more into the law, if you read more into the law, they're supposed to provide this to you within 15 days. Now, typically they don't provide it to you within 15 days, which is a violation. Now, even though that you find all these violations, it doesn't mean that the accounts are going to get removed. However, for your own records, you want to have everything, okay? Because if you ever want to go through the litigation process, you'll have all the documentation. Hey, this happened, this happened, this happened. All right. Now, the lawyers are going to listen to what you have to say, but sometimes they'll tell you they need some more documentation, or they're going to look at your reports and see some more stuff, because sometimes, even though you got the violations, they might not be able to use those specific things in court because the judges don't seem that this is reasonable to sue over. So they're going to do some more stuff, get some more violations to help you through that process. And that's what it looks like. So now what you want to do is, sometimes you might have to file a complaint with the CFPB because Experian, TransUnion, Equifax like to play crazy. So if you want to learn how to file a complaint and go through that process, just click on this video right here. It's going to be in the corner, and all you got to do is just watch the video. I basically explain the process of how to file a complaint with the CFPB to knock the credit bureaus out. All right, so go watch it. I'll see you in this video right here to actually learn that process.